Welcome back to the 2021 Great Lakes Regional Championship. We are watching Penn State versus Columbia College in the second rung of the ladder bracket. My name is Mary Kimball. I'm USQ's Executive Director. I am joined once again by Scott Rain of Chicago United. Hello, Scott.
Hello, Mary. I'm excited for this game. Obviously, because Columbia's playing, they're from Chicago. I'm from Chicago. Love Chicago people.
And we are starting this game fast. Look at that break from number 79. Passes it to one who gets it in. So, just to get you all caught up, on the left, looking very stylish in black and pink, we have Penn State. On the right, we have Columbia College of Chicago in white with the black numbers. Penn State, this is their second game of the day, I believe. Yeah, they played Bowling Green, and they won that game, so they got to advance in the ladder bracket. Columbia College was in the championship bracket. Yeah, they were. They were in the top rung. They lost their game against Ball State, so they have dropped down.
Obviously excited about Columbia being in this game, but Penn State as well, coming off of a well-deserved win against Bowling Green. They're going to definitely push the pace and be fast as they just got that early score against Columbia. Mel is out there at chaser for Columbia, passes it to Connor. Connor attempts to pass it to Owen. The quaffle's on the ground, and Evan's going to get a break.
It looked like he was beat, though, unfortunately.
That is by Colin Gaines, number 15 for Columbia, able to slow down the Penn State chasers. Penn State not wasting any time with that quaffle getting on the ground. They are looking to score fast. Right now they got about 50% success rate. Beat by Colin. Colin loses the bludger. Penn State's got control. Columbia's game pressured. Penn State recovers. Quaffle's in the hands of their keeper, number 16, Lucas Oppenheim. And there is a stoppage of play. Jeanette and Christian Barnes will discuss things and stuff.
Penn State is having an interesting tournament. So they beat Dark Snare and Michigan State yesterday. They had a close game against Michigan, 110 to 135, and a decently close game against Blue Jay as well, 105 to 180. I think this is a great year for Penn State. They appear to have a strong recruiting class. They have a lot of depth on here, and led by veteran player Katrina Bynum, who got her start with the University of Maryland and also spent some years playing with the club team Philadelphia Freedom. Great to see Bynum shine in this leadership role and bring this team to where they are right now in the second game of the ladder bracket. Good pass to number 19, who unfortunately is tackled and the quaffle goes out of bounds. It is a turnover to Columbia.
That's a good stop by Columbia's keeper, number 33, Connor Flatley. Penn State will retreat, able to maintain bludger control. Nivash attempting to get bludger control from Columbia. Loses it. Colin gets beat. Or doesn't. Owen gets wrapped up, bobbles the quaffle.
Go! Fast break by number 79. That is beautiful.
I don't have a name for 79, unfortunately, but nonetheless a great scoring opportunity by Penn State. 2 goals have gone on fast break opportunities where Columbia beaters were just not prepared to slow it down, or their chasers could not get down there in time. Owen will walk up the quaffle for Columbia. Ashton, number 4, is going down low behind the hoops. Pass to Mel. Mel's joined by Colin Gaines with the bludger. Nivash attempting to wrap up Penn State beaters to get that bludger. Might have been successful. Colin Gaines gets beat. Mel's getting pressured. Quaffle's on the ground. 79's there attempting to wrap it up. Mel gets beat.
Quaffle is on
Quaffle's
the ground
picked up
for
by
number
79.
Wow, another goal for number 79.
Penn State gets bludger control out of that chaos. Ian Thorne, Joseph Imperial subs in at beater for Penn State. Joseph had a hell of a game for Penn State earlier against Bowling Green. Let's see if that success continues. Bit of a slow start on Columbia's end. Penn State's leading 30-0. High pass, high shot, it's missed. It looks like Colin Gaines is able to recover bludger control for Columbia. Though the shot was not good, maybe it's a little victory in getting bludger control. Number 52, Joey Shea subs in at Chaser for Columbia. Penn State's going to walk the quaffle up. Penn State's quaffle line consists of number 19, number 30. Unfortunately,
number 30 is open. There is a pass. It goes a little long, unfortunately, getting pushed, tackle, but number 16 is there to recover, getting pressed again by Columbia, who passes it, but they are beat, or passes it to number 30, I believe, who was beat, and it's Columbia's ball again.
I'll admit, Mary, I'm a little confused by the numbers and names of things right now. I remember commentating for Nathan Quint last time, and they were wearing a number 8 jersey, and now they're wearing a number 16.
So just to know for folks at home, it is very possible there has been some jersey switches here. So we're going to give numbers. We might be wrong with some of the names. We apologize. We will try to rely on numbers, and if we know what the player looks like, we'll call out the players.
Something that is different at the moment is Penn State's wearing their pink and black jerseys right now.
Number 52 goes on the ground, passes to number 4, who gets some pressure from number 7, passes to 52, who flicks it up in the air. Number 26 is there to scoop it, throws it inadvertently to number 7 on Penn State. It is recovered by Penn State's keeper.
That was a valiant attempt by Columbia's chasers. Maggie, number 26, 52's Joey, 4 is Ashton. Penn State's able to lock it down and recover the quaffle. And they still have bludger control. Nathan passes it off. Bobbled. Beat. Missed shot. Or we're saying it's good. Looks like they're calling the goal good for, I believe that's Nathan Quint of Penn State. Score is currently 40-0. We got a keeper sub for Columbia. And it's probably the sub they needed. That is Ross Palmer for Columbia Chicago, number 2, gets the first score for them in this match. Score is 40-10. Penn State's still up by 3.
Watch that. Right.
Nivash, number 10 for Columbia, gets a beat behind hoops. Penn State's beer will have to tag up. Colin Gaines just lost the bludger. Lost control for Columbia. Penn State's going to walk it up slowly. Dish to number 30, behind hoops. Joey's attempting to wrap him up. Brings it back up top. Colin Gaines gets beat. Back to their keeper, number 0. Joey wraps him up, brings him down. Quaffle's passed off. High pass. Ashton's there. Deflected. High. What an exchange of plays. The plays are going.
Just heard, but the entire Michigan team just sighed simultaneously. Great support back here in the sideline. Goal for Penn State.
It's like they practice.
their reactions. It was so perfect.
I think as a quaffle player, we all have like a joint consensus. Like when you go through all that work, the passing the ball around, running around, and then your shot's just off the mark. The sigh is the most appropriate response.
That's all you have in that moment.
And then you do it again. We have a stoppage of play. Jeanette High and Christian Barnes are conferring with their ref crew, supported by Ball State. Score is 50-10. Penn State's up by 4 scores. It looks like Columbia has bludger control at the moment. Quaffle will start in the hands of Columbia's keeper, Ross Palmer, number 2. Ball State ARs are rocking them bucket hats. Liam's got the coach visor going on. Ross is wasting no time running down the pitch. You know what? It worked last time. Why not try it again? Second goal for Columbia. Second goal for Ross Palmer for Columbia. Looks like we're going to get a keeper sub for Penn State. You're seeing Ian Thornton of Penn State signaling 2. Usually when Quidditch folks are saying that, that's letting them know, hey, I got a couple of more cycles or rotations before I'm probably going to need a sub. Quidditch sub's very similar to hockey. You got certain lines, certain people you're going to play with consistently, and then you come out. It all goes into the strategy. It's very intentional. A wide open look. Great vision by number 30 for Penn State. Able to see, I believe that was Lucas Opium with a different jersey number for the score. Number 30 gets the assist for Penn State. 60-20. Penn State is up. Ross has the quaffle for Columbia. Looking to drive. Breaks the tackle.
Oh, too high? Too high. Oh, we keep seeing this with these tall players going for the small hoop, and they need to dunk. Aim down, aim at a sharp angle. But it's difficult. If you're shooting for the tall hoop, it's just eye level every time. The perks of being tall.
Penn State did a good job just putting bodies in Ross's way. Makes it harder to do just that dunk on a small hoop. Columbia does have bludger control at the moment. Nivash and Colin have bludger control for Columbia.
That's what it looks like.
Ian Thornton has the 1 bludger for Penn State. We get a pass to 30. Joseph slips. 30 brings the quaffle back up towards the middle. Gets past Mel. Pump fake. Rip. No good.
I'm kind of surprised that 30 didn't make a cut towards the center, but that's okay. And now we have Columbia making sort of a delayed fast break. Palmer running up. Let's see if they get it in.
There's a better shot by Columbia.
For Palmer, third goal?
Yep. The hat trick, if you will, for Palmer. Penn State got themselves in a bit of a pickle with the bludger play. Colin Gaines was able to take advantage of that, and Penn State didn't have any bludger support. A bit of a momentum change for Columbia. However, Penn State is still very much in a comfortable spot with 3-score lead. Bit of slow ball going on, as evident by moving the quaffle slowly. Good play by Nivash. Attempt to score. Ross recovers it. Penn State has 1 bludger on defense. That is number 12. Hands it off to Joseph's now in at beater. Looks like Ian subbed out. Joseph will be for Penn State.
Good wrap by number 12. Good pass. A pass does not go in one way, so number 22 or 12 or something makes it around. Great. Oh, that was not good, though. Oh, it wasn't good. Well, good attempt.
Definitely a good attempt. However, Penn State's beaters were disciplined, anticipating the pass. That's definitely a skill you want to build up as a beater, not just to attack the person with the quaffle, but anticipate where the quaffle's gonna end up to kill the offense. Nivash gets caught. Joseph gets exchanged and beats. Ashton in an attempted tackle. Good beat by Colin Gaines. Quaffle's on the ground, recovered by Penn State. Joseph with the block. Joseph gonna take his time, gets it to their keeper, Tyler Harding, who's calling for the kite call. In the Quidditch world, depending on how you want to run it, that traditionally means you're going to have 3 quaffle players up top and 1 behind the hoops. 3 up top, 1 down low. Some good beats by Colin Gaines, able to break up their beater play. Some good quaffle defense by Penn State. Able to stop the Columbia offense despite the no bludger control. That is something that Columbia is going to need to figure out what to do with moving forward. They're doing a great job keeping bludger control, and there's ways to use it effectively to get scores. Penn State still leads 60-30.
Number 66 makes a pass to number 50-something. It spins a little bit, they get it, but I believe they are beat or they drop it. Number 4 making a run for it on the side, might be stopped by number 3. Makes a pass, it goes through. Great goal right there.
That's a heck of a play by Ashton Johnson of Columbia, number 4. And appears their hip is doing fine. I was at Columbia's practice last week where she kind of sat out for some of it due to hip injuries. Peyton Jay's subbing in for Columbia at beater, number 11. Nivash is still out there at the beater position for Columbia, number 10. Joseph's still out there at beater for Penn State. I think that is Nathan Quinn back out there at keeper for Penn State. Getting pressured by Mel. Gets by Mel. Running to the right side of the pitch. Mel gets beat.
Smart by number 72 to go over there. A wild shot from Penn State. It does not go in. Number 84 is recovering. Anytime Penn State has gone in that far right corner, it has not gone well for them. So I'm glad that they're sending a beater over there to protect their chasers, because that is like the Bermuda Triangle right there. It spells danger to Penn State. For that, Penn State, if you're listening, go to the left, don't go to the right. Good tackle by number 7, Rolf. Now another good tackle by number 4. Misses it though, spins a little bit.
I am not opposed to Nathan taking that shot from behind the hoops. Yes, Nathan missed. However, they were able to recover, and they did what we would call use a reset. So similar to basketball, once you cross the midline in basketball, you're not allowed to go back or you lose the basketball. Here in Quidditch, you're allowed to do that one time. Let the quaffle go over the midline to then reset, start your offense again. Or you just take a shot, miss, and then you just run your offense again. So that is okay because they're still on offense. They still have control of getting a score here.
Well, and one interesting thing that you can do that I don't think we've seen from these two teams yet, but we saw it a few times from Ball State. You can forcibly use your reset, right? Like sometimes you get it used accidentally, you get pushed over the midfield line. But with Ball State, they would use the reset to slow down play, and I was surprised no one really called them on it.
My feedback on that, Mary, I think teams aren't taught that or even consider as an option.
Look at that wrap by number 7. Gentle, but beat immediately. Number 6 going to that right side. Oh, good job. Go left, go left. Good goal by number 84. Good positioning by number 84 to be there for that goal. We have a call. Maybe?
I think they're going to call Payton for playing after a beat. Because like Bludgers got all over the place after he was hit.
Whoops.
But we'll see. Christian Barnes is conferring with the Ball State ref crew. Some exciting things happening over here. University of Michigan cheering on Michigan State against the Ridgebacks. Makes sense. Looks like the score over there is 70-40 in favor of Michigan State. Christian Barnes is taking the time to explain to Penn State speaking captain what's going on. Looks like bludgers are going to be replaced, which often happens when there's bludger penalties or interference. Bludgers get replaced and put in the hands of beaters. Looks like there isn't any cards of any kind. Tyler Harding will walk the quaffle up for Columbia. Joseph not questioning the call or the lack thereof a call in regards to the contact. Bludgers being released.
Pass to number 3, who makes a long pass to the hoops. I think it is blocked.
Blocked by Penn State's number 3. Got a stoppage of play.
So where are you guys at?
So on the far right side of the pitch, Payne J was attempting to wrap up Joseph Imperial in a beater battle, if you will. Joseph was making an argument that Payne was beat, but then finished the tackling process after a beat call was made.
Refs are conferencing to tell us exactly what's going on. Meanwhile, we have this pause. Atlanta is playing Michigan State in the same position, I believe, on the ladder bracket as what this game is. And score is 40-80. Looks like Michigan State just scored.
It's awesome to see other teams that hang out or see each other on a regular basis supporting each other. For example, University of Michigan supporting Michigan State.
Team Michigan, that's what they're all on.
And then earlier, Columbia was definitely cheering for Ball State. The unique relationship there is a lot of the Chicago players and the Indianapolis players all play for Indianapolis Intensity over the summer. It looks like we're going to get play started. Juliana subbing in at beater for Columbia. Colin Gaines is going to get a bludger.
I wonder if that bludger was supposed to roll so far away from the hoops. Christian Barnes resetting the bludger. Goes rolling. That's all, folks. Nothing to see here. Just a bludger aimlessly drifting away from the pitch.
So it's going to end up in Juliana's hands.
Okay, so where's the quaffle right now?
It's in the hands of Owen Howell, number 3 for Columbia. They just got tucked in their right arm.
Gotcha.
Oh, I lied. That was in Charlie's hands.
Passes it to the side, and it looks like Penn State recovers.
The quaffle was not in Owen's hands. It was in Charlie Hyder's hands. I stand corrected. Number 88 for Columbia. Nathan Quinn will walk the quaffle up for Penn State. Columbia's got bludger control. Colin Gaines attempts to beat, get a clear call. There's another, the beat's good there. Goal is good by Penn State. Katrina gets beat and we'll have to tag up. Tyler will walk the quaffle. Nope, now they're going to push the pace. Tyler gets wrapped up. Juliana with the good beat. What a pass from Tyler Harding to Mel Rolfe. Tyler will get the assist. Mel will get the bucket. Score is currently 80-50. Penn State is up by 3. I believe I just heard a 15-minute mark. That means we have 5 more minutes of play before we hit the 20-minute mark. We'll have an intermission then. Tyler recovers the quaffle for Columbia. However, Columbia loses bludger control in the process. That is a good job by Penn State's beaters. Definitely going to help them out on defense. Tyler is letting his team know the goal is not to score, the goal is to get control, which some teams will do intentionally. Sometimes it's easier to score with control, get higher probability of shots. Also, if you score, that means Penn State's just going to run it down your throats with bludger control, and that's not easy to defend. I'll admit I'm a little confused on what just happened. There wasn't a stoppage, but there was a score by Penn State. I believe some of Columbia's players were a bit confused as well. But if there is not a whistle, there's not a stoppage of play, and play must continue. And Penn State took advantage of that confusion. Owen will handle the quaffle for Columbia now. The score is 90-50. Penn State has bludger control. Nathan's playing keeper. Colin Gaines and Juliana attempting to get control. Juliana wraps up beater. Exchange of bludgers. Both Columbia beaters are out. Connor loses the quaffle. And if I'm Penn State, I'm getting on my horse. Columbia is without a bludger. Oh, look at that. Okay. Either that was a really fast 5 minutes or I just reported that inaccurately. But nonetheless, we're calling that the 20-minute intermission. Score is currently 90-50. If you've been keeping up this weekend, you know we have a set score rule set now. And a snitch is worth 35 points. Set score essentially means we're going to add 70 points to the top score right now. So set score will be 160, whoever gets there first. Penn State's in pretty good shape. They got a 4-score lead. They've been playing really well in the quaffle game, even if they haven't always had bludger control. Columbia has done a good job trying to keep bludger control for the majority of this game so far, however, has not been able to capitalize as much on offense. Penn State's done a really good job on fast break opportunities, catching Columbia sleeping, and just scoring really fast. I anticipate seeing a lot of that moving forward. When snitch on pitch happens, a lot of teams tend to put their beaters and bludger play on the snitch and seeker game, so that kind of leaves keepers and chasers to fend for themselves in more or less a marking sort of defense. If you can get by your person, you have a higher probability to score because you're not going to be met with beater defense. If I'm Columbia right now, I'm definitely thinking of a balanced approach of keeping an eye on quaffle play from Penn State and the snitch on pitch play. Columbia's had some success in the seeker game this weekend. Name to keep an eye on is Connor Flatley, number 33, who caught the snitch yesterday versus Marquette, which was huge momentum change, not just for them, but just it's a huge momentum change for any team. A catch for them right now puts this game at 90-85, and they're right back in this. Game will resume where everyone was left off. It looks like Penn State's going to have the quaffle on their side of the pitch. They're going to walk it up slowly. Snitching, stretching a little bit and getting ready. And seekers are released. Ross Palmer will seek for Columbia. And Penn State seeker from last time, wearing a different jersey. Penn State's got bludger control. Bludgers are flying. A drive by Penn State. It is just short off the hoop. Connor is calling for the quaffle, and now Connor is driving. Connor gets beat, doesn't see the bludgers. Katrina pushing chasers off, creating space. Good discipline by Katrina to maintain that bludger. Good drive by Penn State. Little talking on the pitch. Whistles are going and brooms are down. It was a good goal by Penn State's chaser. Drove into the keeper for Columbia. Jumped up and then aimed for the taller hoop. Score is now 100-50 in favor of Penn State. Set score is 160.
Go, Columbia!
Ian Thorin sums in at beater for Penn State. Snitch gets bamboozled. Colin Gaines with a good beat.
0 passes to 1. Who makes an easy goal? Well, makes it look easy at least. Great positioning there. Able to find the lane needed to get that goal in for the team. What set score, Scott?
Set score is 160, so 5 more scores for Penn State. Penn State doing a good job of getting the pass off before the beat happens and found the open person to get the easy score. Ian Thorin keeping Ross at bay with that bludger, giving Penn State seeker plenty of time to attempt to catch Snitch. Snitch not making it easy. That's kind of their job, though. Juliana Russ hustling over to get that loose bludger. Columbia now has bludger control. Joseph, chaser for Columbia, attempting to keep the quaffle in, but no dice. Penn State's keeper will walk the quaffle up, but Ross has some time to catch the Snitch. Christian Barnes and Snitch Justin having a conversation about staying in bounds. Good beat by Penn State beater. Ross will have to tag up. Mel's got the keeper for Penn State wrapped up. Joseph attempt to wrap up. Long pass.
Hey, if you need a reset, only if you need it.
Joey is off. Broom will have to tag up. Ross attempting to catch the Snitch. Pass.
Good pass to number
Shot.
1. Passes through the tall hoop and scores.
Some really good ball movement by Penn State. And it's very timed. That is the thing that's leading to success right now. They're getting really close to those hoops, which makes them susceptible to beats and tackles, but by the time they're releasing the quaffle towards the hoops, they're already scoring. Great job by Penn State with their ball movement. Got a stoppage of play. It looks like Penn State still has bludger control. Ian's on the far side of the pitch behind Columbia hoops. Taking a look at the game behind me, score is a little bit shorter now. Ridgebacks have brought it back up to within 20 points now. It is 60-80. Michigan State's up by 2, and the Snitch has been released. A Snitch catch for the Ridgebacks puts them in the lead. Matt Melton, head ref for this match, joined by Alec Powers and Matt Dwyer. A lot of club head refs over there.
And that becomes the target score. Yep.
Love hearing the conversations from Penn State parents. They're picking up on the rules fast and able to articulate to their friends and family. So Penn State's doing a good job on pitch and off pitch. And to be fair, for folks that aren't really familiar with Quidditch, it can be kind of new and confusing, and questions are very appropriate. You know someone that's in the sport and you have questions? Ask. Connor's bringing up the quaffle for Columbia. It's getting wrapped up. Owen scoops it up. Just misses the mark. There's another stoppage of play. There's a scrum for a bludger, and two of the other ones are...
There's also a yellow card. A blue card, excuse me, on number 33.
So, fun little fact about cards and positions. If a keeper gets a card, yes, they serve the penalty just like anyone else, but that means one of the other quaffle players, one of the other chasers, will have to assume the keeper position, and then the keeper that got the card will have to sub back in as a chaser. You're not able to play without that position, so you more or less just lose a chaser. Owen will assume that keeper headband and that keeper roll. Keeper's got some benefits, though. If you're in the keeper zone and someone attempts to beat you, no dice. It's not going to work, because that's one of the luxuries of the keeper zone. You cannot get beat within your own keeper zone. Ross is going to sub out at Seeker. Ooh, a nice little floater from Penn State. It hits the top of the hoop and just falls in. Scores 120-50. Penn State needs 4 more scores to end this game. Charlie Hayter will sub in at Seeker. Attempt to keep Columbia in this game with an additional 35 points. Bringing a lot of energy. Juliana taps out Penn State Seeker. Charlie's going to have a lot of time with this snitch now. Charlie gets dismounted, and anytime any player gets dismounted, not just with snitches.
I should also point out, score is now 130-50.
It was... Thank you for correcting that, Mary. 3 more scores.
Fast-paced game. It looks like keeper 0 is making a run for it. Peyton tries to beat them. It does not work, though. They score. Score is now 140-50.
That was Nivash with the attempted beat. It was...
Oh, excuse me, not Peyton. Nivash.
It was a tough beat attempt, but nonetheless, not a bad one to take, especially if you're going to stop a score there.
Nivash, J-Rum. Good initiative, though. They had maybe thrown, I don't know if they would have hesitated, just the timing wasn't quite there, but it was a good thing to do.
Anaya Diller subs in at Chaser for Columbia, and Ashton's back out there as well. Woo! That was a beautiful score from Anaya Dillard. Great pass from Owen Howell. That was pretty. I know Columbia's down by a bit right now, but that was still a pretty play. Penn State needs 2 more scores to wrap things up, and we got a stoppage of play. Dustin and Will, ref crew from Ball State, conferring with Jeanette High about some things and stuff. Snitch gonna walk off for a bit, take a little break, and putting in a lot of good work. Yeah. Hydrate or dihydrate, as we say. Snitches gotta stay hydrated too. Huge shout out to all the snitches that have been competing here today. Been giving a lot of these seekers a run for their money. Also doesn't hurt if you do jiu-jitsu. A lot of grappling and wrestling type techniques to keep seekers at bay.
Play has resumed. Penn State bringing up the quaffle slowly. Columbia Seeker being kept away sort of by both Penn State beaters. Number 33 seeking for Penn State. Penn State passes to number 19, who I think season opening is going to go for it. They do. They score. That was fantastic. who is number 16? Oh, they have different numbers. That's right, folks.
Yeah,
Number 16, that was really good.
I'm doing the best based on memory, but yeah, a lot of these folks changed their jerseys, numbers, and names. Well, I don't think they changed their names. They just wearing different numbers now.
Let's tack off here.
I understand, which is why I give you the warning. I give a lot of warnings. I don't tend to send back to you for the score.
Penn State is within one score to wrap things up.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Resume.
Owen will walk the quaffle up for Columbia. Charlie's still out there seeking for Columbia. Has an opportunity here. Owen gets beat. Bludgers are flying.
And I believe that is the game-winning goal for this game. Nope. Refs are conferencing. We will see if that is the game-winning game or not. Wow.
I know there's been some feedback about the stoppages of play for this weekend. I at least on like the last possible score, I think it's totally appropriate to discuss any possibility.
Goal is good. Game ends. Penn State wins 160-60. No snitch catch from Justin Barnard. Justin flexing for us to show us just how good of a snitch he is. You'll love to see it, I guess. So Penn State goes on. They will play Miami in this second rung of the ladder bracket. Columbia is going to drop down to the third rung of the ladder bracket. They are going to be playing Marquette. We will be back soon, folks, streaming both semifinals. See you soon.